In the heart of New York City, where dreams intertwine with nightmares, one name has echoed through the decades with a chilling resonance: the Genovese mob family.
Genovese crime family is the Ivy League of the five families, and if they get it, they know, they understand how it's supposed to operate. You don't want to tangle with these guys.
They're smart because they're very shrewd, they're quiet, they're the smartest, the most crafty. They knew what they were doing.
The name Genovese traces its roots to the picturesque city of Genoa in Italy, a name that in the streets of New York became synonymous not with scenic beauty, but with a criminal empire. The early 20th century, Italian immigrants flooded into America, searching for a better life. Among them was one family that would change the face of organized crime forever: the Origin. From the rustic villages of Italy to the heart of the Big Apple, the Genovese name echoed tales of picturesque landscapes of rolling hills and bustling markets in Genoa. But as times shifted, so did the destiny of this lineage, not in the New World's promises, but in its shadows. Drawn to the allure of the New World, the Genovese family, like countless others, embarked on a journey across the vast Atlantic. They arrived at Ellis Island, their hearts brimming with hope, their minds filled with dreams of prosperity and a brighter future. But New York in the early 20th century was a cauldron of challenges. The city's maze-like streets, its cacophony of sounds, and its unyielding pace were a stark contrast to the serene life they had known. The family had to adapt, to evolve, and to find their place in this sprawling metropolis. As the nation grappled with prohibition, an unforeseen door of opportunity creaked open. The ban on alcohol gave rise to an underground world of speakeasies and illicit dealings. The Genovese, with their innate entrepreneurial spirit, were quick to recognize the potential. They began to establish themselves not as mere participants, but as puppeteers of this burgeoning underworld. The city, once filled with limitless promise, now echoed with despair, yet for the Genovese, every challenge bore the seeds of opportunity. From the humble Italian immigrants to architects of a criminal empire, the Genovese family's rise was nothing short of meteoric. The pillars of power. As the Genovese family's influence spread like a spider's web across New York, certain figures emerged from the shadows, becoming legends in their own right. These were the men who steered the ship, ensuring the family's grip on the city remained unyielding. Central to this empire was Vito Genovese. Crowned as the deadliest hitman in the five families, killing was just a ritual for Vito. He had intimidation for breakfast, manslaughter of lunch, and torture for dinner. His appetite for violence was unending. Vito was ruthless. There was once a beautiful woman named Anna that Vito fell in love with. He later found that she was already married. Vito Genovese's henchmen took him to the 13th floor of a building and pushed him off. Vito later married Anna, and she had no clue about how her husband had died. Vito Genovese's criminal career was a series of calculated moves, each designed to solidify his position within the Mafia hierarchy, and his association with Charles Lucky Luciano was one such bond. Before he became a powerhouse in his own right, Genovese was often seen as Luciano's right-hand man. Under his leadership, the family delved deep into legal gambling, loan sharking, and the dark corners of the narcotics trade. Vito's influence extended beyond the streets, reaching into high society and political circles. But one incident in particular would forever be etched in the annals of mob history. In 1957, in the quiet town of Appalachian, New York, a gathering of the Mafia's most influential figures took place. Orchestrated by Vito, this summit was meant to consolidate his position as the preeminent leader of the American Mafia. However, the gathering would not remain secret for long, which led to the arrest of over 60 Mafia members. This incident, known as the Appalachian Meeting, was a significant blow to Vito's aspirations. Yet in the aftermath, Vito was unyielding. He vehemently denied any association with the Mafia.
Is it true that you're the head of the Mafia in this country?
It is not. Well, sir, have you ever been connected with the Mafia at any time? Never.
Another one was his alleged involvement in the murder of Ferdinand Boccia in 1934. Boccia was believed to have been killed over a money dispute, and though Genovese was initially indicted, he managed to escape conviction. Escaping murder charges, Vito fled to Italy in 1937, only to return entangled in the throes of World War II. Aligning with the fascist regime, he continued his machinations from afar until his dramatic return and eventual capture. Then there was Frank the Fun Thierry. The fun reflected Thierry's odd habits, like his ever-present umbrella, like always being seen with an umbrella regardless of the weather, and became the stuff of legend. But behind this facade of quirks lay a sharp mind, adept at navigating the treacherous waters of organized crime. He was deeply involved in labor fraud. By infiltrating labor unions, he ensured the Genovese family had a stranglehold on construction sites, shipping docks, and other major industries. Under the RICO Act, Thierry's reign met its end, signaling a turning point in organized crime's battle with the law. Vincent the Chin Gigante's story is one of the most intriguing in the annals of mob history. Also known as the Chin for his strong jawline and his clever ruse of madness. On the streets of Greenwich Village, he could often be seen wandering in his bathrobe, mumbling to himself, a portrayal of madness. But this was no descent into insanity. It was a ruse, a performance meticulously crafted to keep the law at bay. Behind closed doors, the Chin was a maestro, orchestrating the family's operations with precision. Anthony "Fat Tony" Salerno, another pillar whose size was only overshadowed by the vastness of his operations in the world of illegal gambling, made waves to generate immense wealth. Beyond gambling, Salerno was deeply entrenched in the world of construction racketeering, using his influence to secure contracts and manipulate the industry to his benefit. Salerno's vast operations weren't just about generating wealth, they were about consolidating power. Through bribes, threats, and strategic alliances, he ensured the Genovese family's grip on the city remained unchallenged. Together, these men ensured that the Genovese family's name would be whispered with a mix of fear and respect for generations to come. Legacy in the shadows. Decades have passed, the NYC of today stands tall, and empires. Even those forged in the shadows evolve, yet the legacy of the Genovese family remains deeply rooted in the very essence of New York. Their story didn't end with the fall or capture of its leaders, it merely transformed, adapting to the changing landscape of the city and the world. The modern streets of New York may have moved on from the overt mob wars of the 20th century, but the silent whispers of the Genovese influence still linger. Their operations, once blatant and brazen, have now become more discreet. Modernized rackets, cybercrimes, and sophisticated money laundering schemes are believed to be the new fronts of their operations. Books, films, and tales ensure the Genovese saga remains alive, serving as both an inspiration and a chilling reminder of the lengths one might go for power. But beyond entertainment, their story serves as a reflection of a bygone era, of a time when organized crime was an integral part of the city's fabric. Their influence can still be felt, not just in the tales of old, but in the very structures of New York. Buildings, streets, and establishments bear silent testimony to the deals made, the territories marked by the blood of many innocent lives. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode where we'll be talking about the Bonanno family.